Hello, everyone. This is the Astrofiend. I'm back with another astrology podcast, vlog pass. Well, vlogcast. You know what? I'm gonna call these vlogcasts for now because it's just me. I don't know. It's like a date, kind of, but in a non-sexual, friendship or relationship sense. It's like a date with someone you don't like. Well, no, that's not it. Well, maybe. Because I know some people probably hate watching. Because, that's a thing. I don't know. But, in today's episode, vlog, pause. What? Vlogcast, datecast, whatever this is. In today's, I'm kind of gonna be random, but for these sort of podcasts, I'm just gonna I don't know, just talk about the origins of of the astrofiend in relations to astrology and stuff like that. And because I do eventually want to be more organized and stick to an outline so I don't ramble, because my goal is for this to be 15 minutes is ideal, but 20 minutes is the limit. I don't want it to be long. I don't like it to be long because it's just very time consuming, and I don't know who's listening to this, to be honest. And the reason why I'm putting it out there is obviously because I want people to listen. Of course it's for me. And, it's for me. And, my own, sense of creativity and my own, creative drive and stuff like that. But it's whoever wants to listen, whoever wants to be a hater, whoever wants to watch. Well, not watch, but listen. I'm rambling. I'm always fucking rambling. But yeah, today's just about me just talking about astrology. I won't say haters, but people that are ignorant about astrology. Because I just remember the other day, someone coming to me and saying, "Hey, you're not into horoscopes or astrology or anything like that." And I just looked at them what the fuck? You just said that to me? Do you even know me? Apparently you don't. You're over 10 years too late for that conversation. And it's usually I won't say necessarily religious folk, more biblical folk. And I'm not going to say Christians because you don't have to necessarily have a specific denomination or think you're a Christian to read the Bible and to listen to what the Bible has to say. You know what I mean? But it's biblical folk that always has something to say about astrology and horoscopes, or even people that are not even biblical. I won't say religious because no. I'm going to say biblical because usually they're talking about the Bible and what the Bible says and all that, which I respect, but I just find extremely annoying because honestly, one of the other reasons why I even got into astrology, especially in college, because I was playing with astrology in high school, but again, I mentioned in previous podcasts, it wasn't something it was literally just sun signs. And I mentioned this before, but I've never been interested in horoscopes. So I wasn't looking this up in in the magazine and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll occasionally look at it, but I wasn't into it. I just found it stupid. But yeah, I kind of played with it in high school, but I really got into it in like college. And like before college, I like already did like a natal chart and stuff like that. So I knew kind of what those were, but like the planets, the meaning behind it, the houses, aspects, like that shit I learned like in college. And one thing about astrology is that, like, especially when I got to college, is that I felt more connected to God, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know, I just felt connected to God because this is weird, but I was raised as a Roman Catholic, and I went to like Catholic school for the majority of like my primary education. Like I went to Catholic schools, I did the Mass, the Ash Wednesday, like religion and as a class and all that other like stuff. And I would say I love my experiences. It was like some of the best years of my life. I loved school. Like I was a top bitch when it comes to religion. No one could tell me nothing about no religion. Like fuck out of here. I was the best. Well, I was one of the best. But it was like one of the best experiences. But as I got to like high school, I kind of like lost it. Like I stopped going to church on like a regular basis. I became one of those like shady ass Roman Catholics that only like go to mass on Christmas. The ones that take up all the seats and you're mad and you have to stand in the back because these like one day year old Roman Catholics now want to like see like experience God. Yeah, I'm talking shit, whatever. But I just stopped doing that. But that honestly didn't really bother me that much. But like it's just like the connection to God part. It's not that I didn't lose. Like I always had a connection to God, but I just let it like take it like a sort of back burner. But when I got to college, like I hated college. That's when I started diving into astrology, especially the psychological like parts of it. And that's what like brought me like closer to like God. And that's what I like love and still like love about it. Because like even though I don't consider myself like Roman Catholic anymore or anything like that, like I respect Christians and I respect like that because I had a good experience with it. I mean, it wasn't a perfect experience. I realized a lot of things that is like unhealthy, like with religion environments. But I had a good experience, and like if someone wants a more structured religion, like go for it. Just don't come up to me and be talking about, oh, you shouldn't be doing horoscopes. I don't do horoscopes. Like you must think I'm someone else. I don't do the tarot. I don't do the horoscopes. So what the fuck are you talking about? That pisses me off. Oh, you need to have a connection with God. Astrology gives me a connection to God. Like astrology, like I don't know, it's just weird. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I'm gonna let you in on something a little bit later. But I don't know, even talking about it, like I don't know, it's just a beautiful like experience, which is like why I love like astrology. Plus astrology is the most consistent thing that I've been interested in like my whole life. Writing, poetry, and astrology are like the most consistent things in my life. Like I'm never too far away from it. I may not like write in months. But it's always like in the back of my mind. I'm always thinking of like ways and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just love like astrology. And I don't know, because like I just strongly believe in God, and I don't ever like want to disappoint him. And yeah, I think God is a him. I don't care. Like, all you new age weirdos, don't come for me. But yeah, I think it's a him. And like, I don't know, I just loved it. I mean, not loved, but like love it. And I guess I'm speaking on my like past self, which is like my now self, but my past self is like my past self. And like I would say like to bring this up, like organized religion, there's, even though I had a good experience with it, and like it excited like my spirituality, because as a kid I always believed in the supernatural and like metaphysical topics like aliens. Like I love aliens. Well, I don't love aliens because I don't know any that I know about. Maybe I do know aliens and I don't know, because they're hiding. But like I just like love aliens, love hearing about like demons and shit like that. And like the Bible can be like very like supernatural book too, which is very like, one of these days I just want to read the Bible, but I'm not committed to that yet. But I just want to read it because it's just so interesting, and I just like love listening to stories. But anyway, one thing that I don't like about organized religions and stuff like that, it's like their need to control everything. Like, it could be like an abusive like relationship kind of. Like, honestly, like I'm not an expert on the Bible, so like I hope no one comes after me, but like astrology like was around during Jesus' time. Didn't the Magi, those guys that brought like the frankincense and the myrrh and all that shit when the birth of Jesus, didn't they follow like the North Star or something? It's been so long, by the way, like I don't remember a lot of the things that I learned in Catholic school. Didn't they like use astrology to like find Jesus? Like, and astrology back then was a tool for survival before astronomy. Like, astrology helped people with like harvest times, planning harvest times, figure things out, figure out the time and stuff like that. Without astrology and with God guidance, because I think it's God. God is astrology. Astrology is God. Wait, what? Astrology. Yeah, astrology is God, like, in my opinion. Astrology is God. And God gave people the tools that they need to help them survive. You know what I mean? Like, astrology, like, doesn't come from no demons. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Demons? Are you freaking kidding me? Demons? Like, fuck out of here. Like, that like pisses me off. Like, demons? Fucking demons? Like, where do you think this information comes from? Like, where does it come from? You know that saying, give a man a fish and he's like fed for like a day, but teach him how to like fish, then he's like fed for life? That's like kind of applies to like astrology and like different spiritual like systems. It's a way to like receive the gifts that God gives us via nature and the universe and all that other crap. And I don't know, it's just like it bothers me and just like makes me angry, because a lot of these people don't know anything about astrology. And these are people who are like freaking hypocrites. They're cheating on their husbands and their wives. They're, I don't know, envious. They're out here like getting drunk every weekend. Or just like, it's just out of ignorance. It's just out of ignorance. Now, I would say like the Roman Catholic past in me is like not very comfortable with like tarot cards and stuff like that. Like those sort of things don't like feel right to me. That's why I like never really like got into them like that. Because it's one thing to like look up like astrology in terms of like your psychology, and maybe like a little like prediction in terms of like the energy, but like I don't know, just like tarot like really like bothers me. Just like the act of like people like you come to that person asking them a question and they're channeling something and telling you what the deal is. Yeah, like that like kind of like bothers me. I don't know. That I mean, maybe it's not that much different from astrology, but like I don't know. I feel astrology is more academic than tarot. Tarot's more intuition based, and astrology, of course, has elements of being intuition based, but it's like very academic, and it's like very like it's very academic, and that's also what I like about it. It's like very academic, and it pulls on like a lot of things, and it's just like this never-ending learning thing. Because I always loved school, with the exception of like my college experience, and it wasn't even the academic part. It was like the social like environment part. But yeah, so I just like, because to be honest, if I was like a rich person, I'll be traveling and just like going to school. Traveling, writing, and going to school, and maybe like doing something in relation to like art or some shit. But that's what I'll do. Like honestly, like I would love to like go back to school, but like fuck student loans. Fuck the college education system. Too fucking expensive. In debt for what? Fuck out of here. But that aside, I guess I'll end a little bit by just saying my experience, which kind of reaffirms why I think astrology is connected to God. So I was listening to the Divine Venus, aka Alyssa's podcast, and like when you listen to like podcasts, you do other things while you're listening. And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna organize something because that's bothering me. And as I was organizing, just minding my own business, just listening, I see a black bag. I open that black bag, and literally it's an unopened box of gloves and face masks. Like construction face masks, like an unopened box just laying around. And honestly, if I wasn't like listening to like that astrology podcast, I probably wouldn't have been organizing. I would have been like, I don't know. It probably would have taken me like months or maybe even weeks to like organize. And like finding that is like not like, it's not random. So like when people tell me that astrology is like bullshit and it's like ungodly and it's a sin and all that other crap, I think that's some bullshit. Like no, like spirituality is different to different people. Like there's some things I'm comfortable with that other people are not, and vice versa. And like honestly, like what do you think, like the devil's like, what, since like you're practicing the dark arts, I'm gonna give you a prize for practicing the dark arts by letting you discover an unopened box of gloves and face masks. During a pandemic where you have to go outside and wear gloves and face masks, and gloves and face masks are hard to find. Like, really, do you think the devil's gonna look out for you like that? Nope. Fuck out of here. Anyways, I am done. Bye. Check out my astrology blog, theastrofiend.com. Okay, bye.